How are you guys doing? It is Sunday, September 20th, 2020, out here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims, and I'm going to take you through yesterday's elite performances, especially by the elite athletes. But first, I'm going to start with playoff basketball before I move with anything. Just moving into yesterday's game. In game three of the Eastern Conference Finals, the three seed Boston Celtics were able to beat the five seed Miami Heat 117 to 106 to win their first game of the series. Miami still leads this series 2-1, but the Celtics were able to get they were able to take a game on them. Looking out to Miami, off the bench, their shooting guard Tyler Hero out of Kentucky finished with 22 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal as in 36 minutes. He shot 8 for 18 from the field, 4 for 12 from three. All of their starters finished in double digits. Their forward, Jay Crowder, finished with 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, shooting 2 for 10 from the field, all of his shots coming from three in 32 minutes. Their point guard, Goran Dragic, finished with 11 points and 5 assists. He also had 5 turnovers as he shot 2 for 10 from the field in 28 minutes. Their shooting guard, Duncan Robinson, finished with 13 points and a couple of assists, shooting 4 for 8 from the field, all of his attempts from three in 28 minutes. Their small forward, Jimmy Butler, finished the game with 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists as he shot 6 for 13 from the field in 37 minutes, their elite forward. And Bam Adebayo, their power forward, would finish with 27 points, 16 rebounds, 3 steals, and a couple of blocks as he shot 10 for 14 from the field in 38 minutes and 7 for 9 from the free throw line. Looking out to Boston, just mainly double-digit performances from their starters. Looking out, they had 4 players with 20 points. Marcus Smart finished with 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists in 36 minutes. He shot 5 for 10 from the field, made all 10 of his free throws. Kemba Walker, their elite point guard, finished with 21 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists on the night as he shot 8 for 16 from the field in 41 minutes. He shot 4 for 8 from three, and he made 1 of his 2 free throw attempts. Their power forward, Jason Tatum, would go on to have an amazing game. Their early forward finished with 25 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists. He shot 9 for 20 from the field, 2 for 7 from three, and made all 5 of his free throws in 41 minutes. And their highest scorer of the night would be Jaylen Brown, their shooting guard, who finished with 26 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals, as he shot 11 for 17 from the field, 1 for 2 from three, and he made 3 of his 5 free throw attempts. And so far with this win, like I said, the Boston Celtics are now 3 wins away from clinching a spot in the NBA Finals, but they're able to get this win back on the Heat and prevent them from going up 3-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals. Looking forward to tonight on TNT at 7:30. It'll be game 2 of the Western Conference Finals between the 3 seed Denver Nuggets and the top seed Los Angeles Lakers after the Lakers beat them in the last game. The Nuggets can even up the series, or the Lakers can go up 2-0. But so far, that's what basketball is looking like right now, especially with no games tomorrow. Jumping out to college football, going down the line. Number 1, Clemson was able to beat the Citadel 49-0 yesterday. They scored all 49 of their points in the first half. Trevor Lawrence finished 8 for 9 from the field, throwing for 168 yards and 3 touchdowns while he was playing. Additionally, the number 7th ranked Notre Dame was able to beat South Florida 52-0 as they are now 2-0 on the season. Ian Book, their quarterback, finished with 143 yards passing. Sebo Flemister finished with 127 yards in the ground and a touchdown as a big win for Notre Dame. Additionally, number 11, Oklahoma State was able to beat Tulsa on ESPN last night, 16-7, scoring 13 of their points in the fourth quarter. They were down basically up until then. Continuing out, UCF, 14th ranked UCF was able to beat Georgia Tech 49-21, behind Dylan Gabriel's 417 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. The 17th ranked Miami was able to beat 18th ranked Louisville 47-34, behind De'Aaron King's 325 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Brevin Jordan would finish with 120 yards and 7 receptions and a touchdown, as well as Miami is now 2-0, and Louisville, ranked 18th, is now 1-1. And I imagine those rankings are going to change a bit today. And then going out to the ACC, their 25th ranked Pittsburgh was able to beat unranked Syracuse 21-10, and they're now 2-0 on the season. That's what college football is currently looking like right now. Really quickly, I'm going to take you out to show you how the soccer teams did, how global soccer is looking like right now, especially after yesterday's games. Starting on the Bundesliga, Borussia Dortmund was able to beat Borussia Mönchengladbach 3-0 as Erling Braut Haaland, their elite young striker, would finish with 2 goals on the day, one of them being a penalty kick. Their young players of Borussia Dortmund are really starting to come together and make this team look really nice. So that's something to look out for. Going out to the Premier League, Manchester United lost 3-1 to Crystal Palace. Zaha would score 2 of their goals, and the crazy thing, and Zaha used to play for Manchester United. So that's kind of crazy considering what happened yesterday. And those are the big games that happened yesterday. Barcelona did end up playing Elche and Trofeo Juan and Joan Gamper as Griezmann got a goal in the second minute in a completely separate tournament that isn't La Liga, so that's something. But looking forward to today's games, or so far in the Premier League, Tottenham will take on Southampton. They take them on this morning. Chelsea's going to take on Liverpool at 11:30. Juventus is going to take on Sampdoria in Italian Serie A at 2:45. I'm looking at Spanish La Liga. Real Madrid's they're gonna face off against Real Sociedad at 3:00. Atletico Madrid's game got postponed, so they're not playing. Looking at the Ligue 1, PSG is gonna take on Nice early this morning. So those are the main soccer games to look forward to. And jumping to the Stanley Cup bubble, the Dallas Stars were able to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning 4-1 in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals to take a 1-0 lead. Of course, their goalie, Anton Khudobin, would have an amazing game. He would only allow 1 goal. He'd have 35 saves, and the only goal went off the skate of a Dallas Stars player. So basically every shot that went off of a hockey puck, Khudobin was able to score. Alexiak was able to add a goal, and so was Hanley in Dallas. A big win for them, and they are now 3 wins away from clinching the Stanley Cup final. And really quickly, I'm gonna give you a quick update with the WNBA before I jump out to baseball. And in terms of everything going on out there, because the playoffs have officially started. The first game of the WNBA semifinals, Game 1, will be at 1:00. It'll be between the Connecticut Sun and the Las Vegas Aces at ESPN. And at 3:00 on ABC, it'll be Game 1 of the WNBA semifinals between the Minnesota Lynx and the Seattle Storm. And that's going to be a series that a lot of people look forward to. And really quickly, I'm going to jump out to baseball before I list off what to look forward to in the NFL today. Starting off in the Central, I'm going to start in Detroit. The Detroit Tigers were able to beat the Cleveland Indians 5-2 yesterday. Cisneros was able to get his 3rd win for the Tigers. For the Cleveland Indians, it will be Tristan McKenzie who got the start. He allowed 1 earned run in 4 innings pitched, striking out 3 batters. In terms of how the Cleveland offense was doing, their elite shortstop, Francisco Lindor, would finish 1 for 4 on the day. Their third baseman, Jose Ramirez, would go 1 for 4 with the 2 RBIs on the day for Cleveland. Looking out to Detroit, their center fielder, Victor Reyes, would go 2 for 4 with an RBI on the day. Also, their designated hitter, Harold Castro, would go 2 for 3 with an RBI. Their catcher, Eric Hayes, sorry if I butchered your name, finished 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. And their right fielder, Daz Cameron, would finish the game 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. With this win, the Detroit Tigers are now 22-29 on the season, as the Cleveland Indians are 28-24 with this loss. Jumping out to Pittsburgh really quickly, the Pittsburgh Pirates hosted the St. Louis Cardinals, and they were basically winning. They had a no-hitter through 6. Their starting pitcher, Mitch Keller, would allow 0 hits through 6 innings pitched, striking out 6 batters and walking 2. For them, their third baseman, Brian Hayes, would finish 2 for 4 with an RBI and 2 runs. He had his 3rd home run of the season. Also, Jose Osuna, their right fielder, would go 1 for 2 with a home run of his own. And their shortstop, Eric Gonzalez, would go 2 for 4 with a run. But yeah, they were basically up 4-0 going into the 7th, and then the Cardinals would score 5 runs in the 7th inning to take a 5-4 lead that they would eventually just win on. For the Cardinals, their elite first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt, would finish 0 for 3 on the day, as he did walk. Looking out to their left fielder, Tyler O'Neill, he would go 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run. Big win for the Cardinals, and Kwang Hyun Kim would get the no decision. He would allow 4 earned runs in 5 innings pitched, striking out 4. With this win, the Cardinals are 25-24. With this loss, the Pittsburgh Pirates are 15-37 with the most losses in all of baseball. Jumping out to Cincinnati, the Reds hosted the Chicago White Sox, and Trevor Bauer was their starting pitcher, and Trevor Bauer would pick up his fourth loss of the season as the White Sox beat them 5-0. Trevor Bauer would pitch 7 innings, allowing 2 earned runs, striking out 5. The only hitter for Cleveland to get more than one hit was Joey Votto. He finished 2 for 3, and he had a walk as well. Dallas Keuchel would get the start for the White Sox. He would pitch 4 innings, allowing no earned runs, striking out 7. Their shortstop, Tim Anderson, would go 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs. He had 2 home runs on the day. He now has 10 home runs on the season. Their first baseman, Jose Abreu, would go 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. He would hit his 18th home run of the season. And along with that, the White Sox had a pretty big game. In the 8th inning, they would hit back-to-back-to-back home runs. And with this win, they are now 34-18 in the AL Central. And with this loss, the Cincinnati Reds are now 26-27. Jumping out really quickly to Milwaukee, the Milwaukee Brewers took on the Kansas City Royals at home. After leading 1-0 for most of the game, they were able to score 4 runs in the 8th inning to secure their win, and they were able to blank the Kansas City Royals 5-0. Looking out to Kansas City, it would be Chris Bubich who would get the start. He would allow 1 run in 5 innings pitched. None of them were earned, or the 1 run wasn't earned. He would strike out 7 batters. He had an amazing game, and with this loss, he's now 1-6. None of the Kansas City hitters, none of them would have more than 1 hit on the day. Looking at to Milwaukee, it would be Corbin Burns who got the start. He would pitch 6 innings, allowing no earned runs, striking out 9 batters. He's now 4-0 on the season so far. For Milwaukee, their elite left fielder, Christian Yelich, would go 0 for 2 with a run on the day. Their designated hitter, possible future Hall of Famer Ryan Braun, would go 1 for 4 with 3 RBIs. With this win, the Milwaukee Brewers are 25-26, and with this loss, the Kansas City Royals are 21-31. Jumping out to Chicago, the Chicago Cubs hosted the Minnesota Twins, and behind Pineda's second win, the Minnesota Twins would win 8-1. Their starting pitcher, Michael Pineda, would pitch 5 innings, allowing 1 earned run, striking out 1 batter. For Chicago, looking out to them, their lead third baseman, former MVP Chris Bryant, would go 0 for 4 on the day. Continuing on, their lead shortstop, Javier Baez, would go 1 for 3. The right fielder, Jason Hayward, would go 3 for 3 on the day, but not a lot of runs scored from the Cubs. Looking out to Minnesota, starting out with their designated hitter, Eddie Rosario. He would go 2 for 4 on the day with 2 RBIs and a run. He hit his 12th home run of the season. Their first baseman, Miguel Sano, would hit his 13th home run of the season as he went 1 for 4. Josh Donaldson, their third baseman, would go on and finish 1 for 2 as he hit a pinch hit home run. He finished 1 for 2 on the day. With this win, the Minnesota Twins are 32-22. With this loss, the Cubs are 31-21. Jumping out west, starting in Oakland, the Oakland A's hosted their crosstown rivals, San Francisco Giants, and were able to blank them 6-0 as Jesus Luzardo would pick up his 3rd win of the season. He would pitch 6 innings, allow no earned runs, and strike out 7 batters on the day. For San Francisco, Donovan Solano would finish 2 for 4 on the day. Looking out to Oakland, their second baseman, Tommy La Stella, would go 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run. Jake Lamb, their third baseman, would hit his 2nd home run of the season as he finished 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs as well. With this win, the Oakland A's are 33-19 as the San Francisco Giants are 25-26. Jumping out to Houston for the second best team in the AL West. The Houston Nationals were able to beat the Arizona Diamondbacks 3-2 as Javier would get the start and Weaver would get the loss. He's now 1-8 on the season. Looking at how Arizona fared, the right fielder Cole Calhoun would go 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. He hit his 15th home run of the season. Looking out to Houston, their elite second baseman Jose Altuve would go 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run. Their left fielder Michael Brantley would go 2 for 4, and their elite third baseman Alex Bregman will go 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts on the day. But with this win, the Houston Astros are now 26-26 as the Diamondbacks now drop to 20-33 on the season after the Astros come back on the day. Jumping out to Colorado, the Diamondbacks hosted the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Dodgers were able to get the best of them 6-1 as Clayton Kershaw, their GOAT level pitcher, was able to get his sixth win of the season. In this game, he would pitch 7 innings, allow 1 earned run, striking out 6. And Gonzalez on the Colorado side didn't have a bad side. Chichi Gonzalez would allow 3 earned runs in 5 innings pitched, striking out 2. Looking out to Colorado, their elite third baseman Nolan Arenado would go 0 for 3, but he still have an RBI on the day. And their center fielder Kevin Pillar would go 2 for 4 on the day. Looking out to Los Angeles, their elite right fielder, Mookie Betts, would go 1 for 5 with a run on the day. Their designated hitter, Justin Turner, would go 2 for 3 with a run. Their shortstop, Chris Taylor, would go 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a run as he hit his 7th home run on the day. With this win, the Los Angeles Dodgers are 38-15 with the best record in all of baseball. With this loss, the Colorado Rockies are 22-19. Looking out to Seattle, the Mariners hosted the San Diego Padres and were able to beat them 4-1. Justice Sheffield would pick up his 4th win of the season. He's now 4-3. He allowed 1 earned run through 6 innings, striking out 5. Looking out to San Diego, their elite shortstop Fernando Tatis Jr. would go 2 for 4 with a run. Their elite third baseman Manny Machado would go 2 for 4 with the only RBI of the game. Their right fielder Will Myers would go 2 for 3. Looking out to Seattle, their center fielder Kyle Lewis would go 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run. He does 11th home run of the season. Their second baseman Ty France would go 2 for 4 with an RBI, and then their catcher Luis Torrens would go 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs on the day. With this win, the Seattle Mariners are 23-29. With this loss, the Padres are 33-20 on the season. Going out to Anaheim, the Los Angeles Angels took on the Texas Rangers and were able to beat them 4-3 off of a late go-ahead single by Mike Trout. It would be Andrew Heaney who got the start for the Angels. He would get the no decision, but he would allow 3 earned runs in 6.2 innings pitched, striking out 8 batters. Lance Wynn would get the start in the no decision for the Texas Rangers as he would pitch 7 innings, allowing 3 earned runs and striking out 5 batters on the day. Looking out to Texas, their center fielder, Leo de Tavares would go 2 for 4 with a run and an RBI. He hit his 3rd home run of the season. Their second baseman, Ruben Odor, would hit his 7th home run of the season. He went 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run. Their left fielder, Nick Solak, would go 2 for 4 with a run. Looking out to the Angels, their GOAT level center fielder, Mike Trout, would go 1 for 4 with the game-winning RBI. Their elite third baseman, Anthony Rendon, would go 1 for 4. Their designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani, would go 2 for 3 with an RBI and 2 runs. He had his 6th home run of the season. With this win, the Los Angeles Angels are 23-30 on the season, and with this loss, the Rangers are 18-34. Last but not least, jumping out east, starting in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Phillies hosted the Toronto Blue Jays and were able to beat them 3-1. Vince Velasquez would get his first win of the season. He's now 1-1, and Hyunjin Ryu, with his loss, is now 4-2 on the season. Starting with the Blue Jays, Hyunjin Ryu would pitch 6 innings, allow 2 earned runs, and strike out 8 batters. His ERA is sitting comfortably at 3 right now. And out of their offense, their elite young pinch hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. would go 0 for 1 of the day. Not much going for their offense. Looking out to Philly, their elite right fielder, Bryce Harper, would go 1 for 4 on the day. Their first baseman, Phil Gosselin, would go 1 for 3 with a run. Jay Bruce would go 1 for 3 with a run. Their catcher, Andrew Knapp, would end up going 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run today. And Haseley, their center fielder, would go 2 for 4, and Adam Haseley would add an RBI to that as well. With this win, the Philadelphia Phillies are 27-25 as Velasquez was able to was able to allow 1 earned run in 6 innings pitched, striking out 6. Jumping out to Miami, the Marlins were able to beat the defending champs, Washington Nationals, 7-3. Pablo Lopez would get the win as he allowed 2 earned runs and 5.1 innings pitched, striking out 7 batters as a whole. And it would be Patrick Corbin who picked up the loss for Washington. He would allow 7 earned runs and 14 hits in 6 innings pitched, striking out 7 batters as a whole. Looking out to how Washington did, their elite left fielder, Juan Soto, would go 0 for 4 as he struck out twice. Their second baseman, Luis Garcia, would end up going 2 for 4 with a run on the day. He was the only player that had 2 hits for the Nationals. Jumping out to the Marlins, their shortstop, Miguel Rojas, would go 3 for 5 with an RBI and 2 runs. He had his 4th home run of the season. Additionally, their center fielder, Starling Marte, would go 2 for 5 with a run. Their first baseman, Garrett Cooper, who's been hitting incredibly well as of late, finished 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a run. He hit his 5th home run off Corbin in the 3rd. Their third baseman, Brian Anderson, would go 2 for 4 with a run. Their right fielder, Lewis Brinson, would go 2 for 4 with a run. And then their catcher, Chad Wallach, would end up going 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. With this win, the Miami Marlins are 27-24. With this loss, the Washington Nationals are now 19-31. Jumping out to the Mets were able to beat the Atlanta Braves 7-2, beating no, as Peterson was able to beat Ian Anderson. Ian Anderson would pick up his first loss in his Atlanta Braves career. He would allow 3 earned runs in a little under 5 innings pitched, striking out 8 batters. David Peterson would allow 1 earned run in 6 innings pitched, striking out 10. Just amazing pitching performance from him. Looking out to Atlanta, their elite center fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr., would go 0 for 2 as he walked 3 times. Their elite first baseman, Freddie Freeman, would go 0 for 5 as he struck out 4 times. Their right fielder, Adam Duvall, will go 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. He hit his 16th home run of the season. And their elite second baseman, Ozzy Albies, would go 0 for 4 with a strikeout in the day. Looking out to New York, their center fielder, Brandon Nimmo, would go 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run. Dominic Smith, their first baseman, would hit his 9th home run of the season. He went 1 for 4. Robinson Cano, their future Hall of Fame second baseman, went 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a run. He hit his 9th home run of the season. And then their catcher, Robinson Chirinos will go 2 for 4 with an RBI. With this win, the New York Mets are 24-28, and with this loss, the Atlanta Braves are 30-22. Jumping out to Boston, the Boston Red Sox hosted their rivals, the New York Yankees, and the Yankees were able to blank them 8-0. Their starting pitcher, J.A. Happ, would go 8 innings, allowing no earned runs and striking out 9 batters. For Boston, J.D. Martinez, their designated hitter, was the only player who was able to get 2 hits. And then jumping out to New York, their second baseman, DJ LeMahieu, would go 2 for 5 with a run. Their center fielder, Brett Gardner, would go 2 for 4 with 2 runs. Their elite designated hitter, Aaron Judge, would go 0 for 3 with a run as he walked twice. Their first baseman, Luke Voit, would go 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. Their left fielder, Clint Frazier, would go 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs. He hit his 8th home run of the season in the 5th inning. With this win, the New York Yankees are 31-21, and the Boston Red Sox are now 19-34. Last but not least, jumping out to the last game, the Baltimore Orioles hosted the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Rays were able to overcome the Orioles' only run in the first inning. And Charlie Morton would pick up his second win of the season. Charlie Morton would allow 1 earned run in 5 innings pitched, striking out 6 batters on the day. And then for Baltimore, it will be Jorge Lopez who got the start. He would allow 3 earned runs in 6 innings pitched, striking out 5 batters as well. Looking out to how they did, how the Orioles did, their first baseman Ryan Mountcastle would go 2 for 4 on the day. And then their left fielder, Austin Hayes, would go 2 for 4 on the day. Jumping out to Tampa Bay, their left fielder, Yoshi Tsutsugo, will go 1 for 3 with an RBI and 2 runs. He hit his 8th home run of the season in the 3rd inning. Their second baseman, Brandon Lau, will go 2 for 4. Their designated hitter, Randy Rosarena, will go 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run. And Brousseau, their third baseman, Mike Brousseau, will go 2 for 4 on the day. With this win, the Tampa Bay Rays are now 35-18. With this loss, the Baltimore Orioles are officially 22-31. And quickly looking forward to what games are going to be played on Sunday, because it's going to be the end of a lot of series and the season's really coming close. It's coming close to the end, so now these games are kind of carrying more weight as they go. Starting off with the 1:00 games. Davey Garcia is looking to get his 3rd win for New York as he takes on Tanner Houck and the Boston Red Sox at 1:07. Kyle Wright and the Atlanta Braves look to take on Rick Porcello and the New York Mets at 1:10 as well. That's a game I'm going to be trying to watch, and it's alongside football. Dylan Cease is looking to get his 6th win for the Chicago White Sox. He takes on Michael Lorenzen and the Cincinnati Reds at 1:10 as well. Carlos Carrasco, who's 2-4, but he's still sporting a 3.27 ERA, looking to take on Matthew Boyd and the Detroit Tigers. Indians face off the Tigers they face off against each other at 1:10. GOAT level pitcher Max Scherzer is looking to take on Sandy Alcantara as the Nationals take on the Marlins at 1:10 as well. Madison Bumgarner is looking to get his 1st win of the season for the Diamondbacks as they take on the Astros at 2:10. Brad Keller is looking to get his 5th win of the season as they take on Josh Lindblom and the Brewers at 2:10. I'm just continuing on. And Antonio Senzatella is looking to get his 5th win with the Colorado Rockies as they take on Tony Gonsolin in the MLB's leading Los Angeles Dodgers right now. Additionally, Jack Flaherty is looking to get his 4th win of the season as the Cardinals elite pitchers looking to take on Joe Musgrove and the Pittsburgh Pirates at 4:05. Denelson Lamet's looking to get his fourth win of the season as he takes on 3-1 Justin Dunn and the Seattle Mariners at 4:10. And the last game of the night will be on ESPN between Jose Barrios and the Minnesota Twins and Yu Darvish, 7-2 Yu Darvish and the Chicago Cubs. That's going to be a big game as both of these 30-win teams are going to face off. But that's everything to look for and to look forward to in terms of baseball. Last but not least, looking to the NFL games to look forward to today, starting with the 1 o'clock games. The 0-1 Atlanta Falcons are going to take on the 0-1 Dallas Cowboys. Matt Ryan looking to take on Ezekiel Elliott. Additionally, the 0-1 New York Giants are going to take on the 1-0 Chicago Bears, as the Chicago Bears looking to go up to they're trying to go up to 2-0 in their first two games. Additionally, Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers are looking to get their second win of the season as they take on the 0-1 Detroit Lions at 1. The 1-0 Jacksonville Jaguars are going to take on the 1-0 Tennessee Titans at CBS, as both of those teams are coming off incredible performances. Additionally, the 0-1 Minnesota Vikings are going to take on the 0-1 Indianapolis Colts, led by Phillip Rivers, looking to get his first win in Indy. The 1-0 Buffalo Bills are going to take on the 0-1 Miami Dolphins, as Josh Allen's looking to go up 2-0 and trying to get the Buffalo Bills into the playoffs. Additionally, the 0-1 San Francisco 49ers are going to take on the 0-1 New York Jets, as the new San Francisco Giants look to turn around their loss to try to go to break even 500 after 2 weeks. The Los Angeles Rams, sitting at 1-0, are going to take on the 0-1 Philadelphia Eagles in Philly after their win against the Dallas Cowboys last week. Additionally, the 0-1 Denver Broncos are going to take on the 1-0 Pittsburgh Steelers after the Pittsburgh Steelers' amazing defensive performance last week. The 0-1 Carolina Panthers are going to take on the 0-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers as Tom Brady looks to get his first win in a Tampa Bay uniform. Starting and moving on to the 405 games, the Washington football team is going to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Both teams are 1-0. Kyler Murray looking to lead his team to a 2-0 start with DeAndre Hopkins as his main option. Following that, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to take on the Chargers at 4:25 as Patrick Mahomes looks to get the defending champion Chiefs up to a 2-0 start. In Inglewood at SoFi Stadium. At 4:25, Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans are going to take on Lamar Jackson and the 1-0 Baltimore Ravens. That's going to be a big matchup that I'm looking forward to. And the big game of the night is going to be between Cam Newton and the New England Patriots and Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson already said I think is going to be he's my MVP prediction for the season. He's my guy. I think this is going to be an amazing game, and that's going to be on NBC at 8:20. But with that said, there's a lot to look forward to with today's sports. There's baseball, there's playoff basketball, there's week 2 of football, and there's a good amount of soccer going on as well. And with that said, I really appreciate you guys for hearing out my piece, listening to all 27 minutes of this. Once again, it is September 20th, 2020 in this quarantine. I'm James Sims. Thank you for hearing my piece, and peace out.